Hello everyone, I'm in the cinema and I'm going to watch Sonic 3 and I'm going to do a film review when we're watching it, so here we go. I'm with my mates here, is watching it. You right?
Yeah.
Well, Luke, is Luke and Thomas. Sonic 3, so let's do this. So, just finished the movie and I'll do a review on it when I get back. Really good. Hello everyone, and today I'll be doing a cinema film review on to talk about the new Sonic the Hedgehog film that I finished watching. Oh my god, this film was oh my god, it was good. This film was absolutely great. Seeing Jim Carrey back on the big screen, the third time, with the Sonic trilogies, wow. To see Jim Carrey back again was a privilege. Really happy, and I was so shocked and so happy to see Jim Carrey back in this film. It was fantastic. Honestly, it was great. So let's tell you the story of this movie and what it's all about. Sonic 3. Out of Cineworld. That's right, yeah, Cineworld. And we just finished watching Mates here. There we go, all here. So yeah, really cool. Sonic 3, really good. I'll tell you my thoughts when I get back. There's posters of it in the cinema, and there's like these scanning QR codes things on the floor in Cineworld, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna look around the town and I'll get back to you. Okay, hi everyone, and today I'll be doing a cinema film review on the movie Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Oh my god. Can I just say, before I even do this review, I have got to say, this has got to be one of my favourite films as of 2024. Definitely. For one reason only. Jim Carrey is back. Oh my god, yes. And in this one, we have Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, or Evo Robotnik. And that was his middle name, I think. I think it wasn't his first name. I know, actually, no, I'm wrong. That was his first name, actually. Evo was his first name. And we also have Gerald. That's right, Gerald Robotnik. And for the viewers that don't know that character, he is the grandfather to Dr. Robotnik. It's Dr. Robotnik's grandfather. Oh my god. This film was awesome. Wow. This is awesome. Seeing Jim Carrey as two characters in this film was awesome. And I'm really happy. I really am happy that I got to see Jim Carrey back on the screen again. So the story of the movie. The story starts off with Sonic and Knuckles and Tails. They all go together to this funny little race thing in the beginning of the movie. And they finally found out that it was his birthday. So as the story goes on, further on, we get to see Shadow. Now, this movie is actually the first movie to feature Keanu Reeves with Jim Carrey. This is the first movie that Keanu Reeves actually worked with Jim Carrey. So that is just awesome, by the way. So, yeah, Keanu Reeves plays Shadow in this film. And this movie tells you the story of Shadow. Shadow has got to be one of my favourite characters. I love Shadow. I love Knuckles. I love the games, because I didn't hear these from the movie. I actually heard of them from the games that I used to have on my 2007 DS, the original, not the 3D one, and it was also on a phone, because you can play the games on a phone. At the time I played it on my phone, and I really enjoyed them. The actual Sonic Mega Drive ones, it was imported on the DS, the 3-game trilogy. I put a picture of it there. And these are the ones that I remembered playing. And an app, you used to have an app to play the game on the actual phone. So that's how I know Sonic the Hedgehog. And I loved it. Sega, one of my favourite Sega characters. Street Fighter has got to be one of my favourites as well. Love that. Awesome. No, wait a minute, is that Capcom? I'm getting confused, but I don't know. I do know. Sega have done a lot of stuff. Anyway, that I used to play and I used to remember. And I did play on. Anyway, let's talk about the movie. So Knuckles. The movie is about Shadow, not Knuckles. The first thing we see as we hear from the movie is that Shadow's been trapped in a government water cage thing, and he's been there for 50 years. And basically, he wakes up and he basically destroys everyone that's in the thing that he was locked up for 50 years. Now, the reason why he's extra angry was because of what happened to him. Basically, what I can get out of this movie is Gerald Robotnik's granddaughter talked to Shadow years ago, and this is how Shadow got to meet the gal through Gerald Robotnik. And basically the gal dies, and that's how Shadow becomes sad and angry, because he's lost someone that he cared for. And so further on, 50 years down the line, and he's trapped in this thing, because I think, as he was getting revenge, so like as he breaks out of the water bowl, those government people, they're the ones that killed the government people. They tried to kill the Gerald Robotnik, because he was getting Shadow away from the government people, and a big explosion happens, and then that's what basically happens. Gerald Robotnik, his granddaughter, they basically, one of the government people shot this explosion thing. It explodes everywhere. There's fire explosion going on, and he basically his granddaughter gets killed, and and Shadow completely gets destroyed. He turns into this angry Sonic Purse creature, because not Sonic. You know what I mean? I'm explaining this really badly, but I think long overdue of explaining what was happening in the film. Anyway, that happened. So, as it goes on, he's in 2024, Shadow, and he's been here for like 50 years, so that's a long time. So Sonic and Tails and Knuckles goes to find Shadow. Now, how they find Shadow is through
Commander
the General
Walters, I meant
from the first film and the second film, and in this one. And I've got to say, I just come back from the cinemas now. I was with my mates. They really enjoyed the movie too. They give it a 10 out of 10. So the General in this movie looks really a bit different. I mean, he looks the same, the actor who plays him, but my God, he looks a bit different. It's good to see him in this film, and yes, he does play the General, and yes, he was in this film, and he tells Sonic about Shadow. He tells Shadow about what actually happened to him, and things like that, really bad past, instead of anger, blah, blah, blah. It's mentioned in the trailer. He goes into the, Sonic and Tails and Knuckles, they go in this like restaurant place with the funny little music, and that's when the General appears. Then Shadow actually no, it wasn't Shadow. It wasn't Shadow. It was the steamed Australian and goat milk guy comes out of nowhere with a bike, with a weird looking like really one of those, those really cool Tron bikes. Phoom. And it was really weird, because it felt really different in introduction to his character. Really kind of weird, but it was kind of funny in a way. But he came in there, destroyed the restaurant, then went out and for some reason, weirdly enough, bombed all the Dr. Eggman machines come down, and then he done something to them, and then he went out, and then Sonic, Shadow, and Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles goes towards him. You don't know it's the steamed Australian goat milk guy until he stops and pulls off his helmet off, and that's when you find out where he is. Now, the movie is basically about Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, they go and defeat Shadow. It's kind of like the second film, but instead of Knuckles, it's Shadow. And in this one, it isn't Dr. Robotnik that is the carer of Shadow. It's actually his grandfather, which makes perfect sense, actually, if you think about it. I really enjoyed this film. They had a lot of improvisation stuff. I could tell that some of the stuff that Jim Carrey was doing in that film was improvised a bit. I really enjoyed the story, and I really enjoyed the fact that he was in the film. Wow, what a performance. Fantastic. We get a bunch of cast in this movie, by the way. We have Idris Elba back as Knuckles. We have the actor who was in Horton is a Who plays Tails. I can't think of the name. I'll put like a thing in the side here. I keep forgetting, really bad for forgetting things. We got Ben Schwartz, he was Sonic, the main actor who was in Sonic. He was also in a really cool Netflix television series, by the way, that stars the main actor, Steve Carell. Yeah, legend. He was in a show called Space Force. Really good. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. Really good. Yeah, Ben Schwartz is in that. But the first thing I ever saw him in was Skidmark from Turbo. That's right. He played Turbo he played Skidmark in Turbo, the movie. You know, with the fast now. So that was the first performance I ever seen him in. And we also have Keanu Reeves as Shadow. And we're back again. Jim Carrey. Fantastic performance, by the way, in this film. And I will have to mention, there's a scene in it where Jim Carrey, there's a scene where he's like interacting with Dr. Robotnik, Gerald Robotnik. And, oh my God. You don't believe it? It was unbelievable. It was really surprising. It was really surprising how they like interacted, hugs, and you could see it was Jim Carrey. Both of them were Jim Carrey. It was mad. And there's a scene where they were like dancing, but I could see some of the special effects going on. I bet that wasn't them. I don't know. I really don't think it wasn't them. But yeah, there's a funny dance move in the film as well, which was fantastic. They go to a lot of different places in this film. They go to London. There's a scene where they're in London in this film. But yeah, what a fantastic performance. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. There is a spoiler which I will not say, but it really was the disappointment of the film. But this is the last Sonic movie I'll ever watch, because I know the next one's not going to be the one that I am going to like. The next one isn't my favourite. I review films, which is my favourite movies. I don't review movies that I don't like watching because it's like a waste of my time, and I just don't want to do that. But this film was worth the watch, and I really loved it all the way. Jim Carrey's lines in that film was so fantastic. And the bit where he goes, "In the shaggy flesh." That was fantastic. That was good. That was good one-liner there. My favourite lines out of all the films is the first Sonic where he does that funny dance move. By the way, that movie was improvised, Jim Carrey. That dancing was improvised, and I could tell. That was really good improvisation there by Jim Carrey in that film. Sonic 2... really good. The bit where he says, there's a funny line in that movie, and I can't flipping remember, and it wasn't that long ago when that film came out. It was 2022, and he said a funny line in the movie, and I can't think of what it is now. Oh my God, I can't remember. A few one-liners, like, give me a big fat break from the first one. And the second one, there was that one, and there's another one where he says funny lines in the movie. I just can't remember now. It's really annoying me, but there we go. There is a few lines in the second film, which I find really funny. And the third one, which is in a flaggy flesh. Yeah, very funny. I loved them. Funny little one-liners by Jim Carrey. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this cinema film review, where I get to discuss the movie Sonic the Hedgehog 3. There wasn't a lot discussion of the movie. Oh, by the way, 10 out of 10. The best movie of the year for me. I loved this film. Probably the best movie I've ever seen in the cinema. There is other films out there. Not like that movie, obviously, but yeah, it was fun. So see everyone. I'll see everyone for my next cinema film review, which won't be for ages. I haven't done one in ages. It's the first time me doing one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next one.